Fratelli, sorelle, questo è
Brothers and sisters, this is our God, Jesus, King of Peace, who rejects war, whom no one can use to justify war. He does not listen to the prayers of those who wage war, but rejects them, saying, "Even though you make many prayers, I will not listen. Your hands are full of blood."
Today, as we all know, there has also been this threat against the entire people of Iran, and this is truly unacceptable. There are certainly issues of international law here, but even more so a moral issue for the good of the whole entire population. And I would like to invite everyone to truly think in their hearts about the many innocent people, so many children, so many elderly, completely innocent, who would also become victims of this escalation of a war that began from the very first days.
Pope Leo is wrong here. Where was this outrage when the Iranian people were crying out for help and being executed by their own regime back in January? If over 30,000 died under the Iranian government, why is he only speaking out now to condemn the war? Here's another clip from Bhikkhu Bodhi.
But we also need justice. I have to say, sadly, it's almost a reign of terror, where people are being terrified, school children afraid to go to school from fear that they're going to be grabbed off the streets and sent to a prison or detention camp. Workers afraid to go to work, families being torn apart.
A clear example of this can be seen here. Instead of remaining detached, he is directly opposing the law of the land, publicly condemning legal measures established by Congress. By taking a stand against the state's authority, he moves beyond spiritual teaching and into the realm of political resistance. In the ancient teachings of the Buddha, monks were not meant to be activists, performers, or political voices. They were meant to step away from power, from noise, from the world itself. In the Vinaya, the code that governs monastic life, the rule is clear in spirit. A monk must live detached from worldly affairs. That means no involvement in politics. In texts like the Brahmajāla Sutta and Sāmaññaphala Sutta, monks are described as avoiding what the Buddha called low talk, discussions about kings, ministers, wars, and state affairs. In today's terms, that's political debate, power struggles, and ideology. Why? Because politics is rooted in control, conflict, and attachment, things a monk is trying to let go of. And then there's entertainment. The Buddha explicitly states that monks should abstain from watching or participating in dancing, singing, music, and shows. No performances, no spectacles, no distractions, because entertainment pulls the mind outward toward pleasure, excitement, and constant stimulation. But the monastic path is the opposite. It's about stillness, discipline, clarity. A monk isn't meant to influence society through power, but to transcend it through understanding. So, while political figures rule nations and constitutions shape systems, the monk is called to walk a different path entirely, one that leaves both politics and entertainment behind. The Buddha's teaching was clear. Step away from power, step away from distraction, and avoid conduct that leads to conflict and accusation. Yet even today, figures such as Pope Leo and Bhikkhu Bodhi continue to engage in politics, the very thing the Vinaya advises monks to avoid. At what point does this contradict the path they claim to follow? When these boundaries are crossed, it calls into question whether the monastic role is truly being upheld. This raises a fundamental question for us all. Comment below and share what you think. Should religious figures be allowed to engage in politics, or should the ancient rules of the Vinaya remain absolute? Let's discuss it in the comments. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment below. May you be safe, healthy, and peaceful. Thank you.